right, like, love, subscribe, do all those good things. We're talking about opportunities today. We had a great event this weekend. Got some things coming up. We're going to present some opportunities. We're going to talk about the marketplace. So hang tight, guys. We're going to get started here in just a few. I'm trying to go 1 day without sugar.
Good luck.
And let's see if I can do 2 days. Just 1 day. It's small step. All right. Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Robert with the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate, and this is the Texas Real Estate Mastermind Hour. Once again, thank you all so very much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. And if you're looking for us elsewhere, you can find us on YouTube and Facebook and anywhere there's podcasts being hosted, Spotify, Apple Store. So we're out there. Go ahead and check us out. This is the Texas Real Estate Mastermind Hour. So let's talk about opportunities, because holy cow, there's some great opportunities going on now. So we're just sitting back, Jason and I, this morning. We're up in his office, and we're looking through some data. And we're just looking, okay, so who's buying, who's not buying, why are they not buying, what's the trend versus last year? And we're like, oh, look, there is a correlation between, the average investor and the marketplace. Now, you would say, well, of course, Rob, there is. And I'd say, okay, but that shouldn't be, right? So our investors bought a lot more when we had the big boom out of COVID than they are now. And so we're like, well, why is that happening, right? It's like everyone was buying when COVID prices shot the housing market up. I think it's 21% in an 18 or 19-month period. And then we're watching the trend go downward. And we're like, well, why aren't people buying now? And we're like, oh, of course. There's nothing but negative news. The sky is falling. The world's ending. Real estate's going to crash. And people are puckering up. And so then the question just became for us, it's like, well, wait, what are we doing? And Jason and I looked at each other and it's like, we're buying more houses now than ever. Like, we're hitting it. We've got more investors than ever. We've got more lines of credit than ever. It's like, whoa. Shouldn't this not be happening? Shouldn't we all be hiding under the table, right? Waiting for the big flash? And the answer is no. And so this is not me. This is not Jason. This is not Mr. Texas telling you this. This is classic investment strategy, right? This is Warren Buffett. When other people are freaked out, right, you remain calm. And when other people start being really calm, then you get a little freaked out. Let me put it to you another way. If the investors are not buying, are they not buying because there's no deals? Well, that's not the case. We're finding deals everywhere. Are they not buying because they can't find money? Well, that's not the case. We're finding money anywhere. In fact, we're working again with more lenders now than ever. But there is this malaise. There is this commentary now inside of the media. And the media has a role, and I don't think they're evil. But there is a story. There's an underlying story now. Hey, rents have gone up, and people can't afford it, and and inflation. All that stuff. We're hearing it over and over. Rents have gone up, period. Now, that makes people nervous. Like, well, I have to have more jobs. I have to have a second job. I have to make more money. I can't throw away money. There's no more disposable income because I'm focusing on the rent. The rent went up. Well, that's the average person. If I'm a buy and hold person and rents are trending up, is that a bad thing for me? No, it's a great thing. It's an indicator, right? It's a red flag. Boom. That's an indicator. That's a good indicator. So, okay, all right, well, okay, that's good. Well, why wouldn't they else be buying? Well, it's the mortgage market. The mortgage market's going crazy. That is true. Interest rates are higher. It's like, well, then, I'm not going to go out there and buy a rental property at 8.5% interest. I'm like, okay, why not? Again, we're just role-playing, Jason and I this morning, going back, well, why wouldn't you buy at 8.5%? Well, because there's going to be no cash flow. Well, If there's no cash flow, we get it. That's a problem. But can't you just negotiate the property down cheaper so that you hit the point where it does cash flow? And the answer, of course, is yes. So then we sent and look back, and again, right now, our wall is full of refis and purchases, right, and sales. Now, there's 40 some odd transactions happening within our little brokerage here in the next 6 weeks. We're doing pretty good. So we're looking at it. We're saying, well, okay, other deals that we have gotten, have we negotiated hard? And the answer is yes. We picked up a house that was listed for $135. We picked it up for $96. Massive negotiation. We're talking about almost 40% off. But because no one else is buying, that allows us to negotiate hard, especially for folks who just want to get out of the market. I just want it done, right? So, and real estate agents know that people who are listing today, they missed the curve. They missed that buying frenzy a year ago, right? And so it's not the same marketplace. And so if there is a buyer that's credible, me, I'll raise my hand, then hey, there's an opportunity for us to buy. So, okay, rents have gone up. The marketplace for us is more, how should I say, malleable, right? You can negotiate on this price, on the price points that are coming out. And a lot of agents are pricing it as it was, 12 months ago. Well, they're trending upward, and if it's retail, rent ready or retail ready, family moving in, yeah, they're going to be able to do. But the stuff that we buy that needs a lot of love, hey, they're getting priced at a very, very, very good number for us once we explain and go ahead and show our costs and make an argument. Now, are we getting every deal that we negotiate hard on? No. But it's better than 1 in 5. 22%? Like, we're tracking all these numbers, right? So it's like, well, 1 in 5 of these deals are coming back, landing it. So how many offers do I have to make? I have to make a lot. We make about 75 a week. But they're landing to us. And they're landing to us, and they're landing to our mastermind members. Pretty soon it's going to be landing to you out there through a new group called the Texas Portfolio Builders Club. I'll talk more about that in the second segment. However, okay, so we can negotiate. We don't have to do off-market campaigns because they're right there on the MLS that we're buying from, and the rents have gone up. Well, as a buy and hold person, I'm good. My caveat is making sure that if I'm going into a 3 or 5 year loan, I don't have prepayment penalties, that I'm ready to pounce once the interest rates come down. And we believe they will come off the high mark. And that high mark for the private equity world, the folks that are doing non-QM, non-government-backed mortgages, was 9%. We're in the low 8s right now. But if we negotiate the price hard and the rents have gone up and at 8.25% it still cash flows, holy cow, what happens when I refi it at 6.25%? How much better does it get? So, am I banking on a little future earning? I am, but it's stabilized for today. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the thing that we've been mentioning for years. We're in a market that is telling you to buy, but the news is telling you not to. And so here we have this opportunity that we're going to discuss more when we come back from the break. This is Robert with the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. Go check out our website, mrtxre.com. Hang tight, we'll be back. Hey everyone, welcome back. Robert here with the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. This is the Texas Real Estate Mastermind Hour. So, just reviewing what I said in the first segment, rents are up. Everyone knows rents are up. They have to be up. We know that the mortgage market is hard, right? But we've worked very, very hard over the last 6-7 months, making sure we're finding the right underwriters, the right lending criteria to be able to bring deals and make them work. And we're making them work because we're negotiating pretty hard. And we're negotiating hard out there on the MLS because we have a system, we have an understanding, we hit a lot of these deals up, and we're landing 1 out of every 5 hard negotiations, which is good. So then the question asks, it's everyone talked about the crash, and I'm waiting for the crash, and we had plenty of people, I'm waiting. We're like, okay, so the price can come down, but it's not, the numbers are better, as good as, if not better than last year. So why aren't we pulling the trigger? What's the holdup? Well, we know the holdup. It's fear, right? Any economic decision is really based on fear and greed, right? I go into that another time, but it's fear. People are afraid. We understand. We offer a mastermind. We have groups that we work with together. We're going to have the Portfolio Builders Club. It's like, hey, get over this and take the advantage while it's happening. We just, Jason did an update in the market, and we basically, the high interest rates have stopped new home builders, so there's less new construction starts. Okay, we understand that. And then have stopped people from selling their homes, because when you sell a home, typically you buy another home, and really reduce the market down to the edges, right? First-time home buyers trying to come in, or people that are moving, right, have to find a place to live, and those moving out or probate or retirement at the end of life. And so we're really working the margins now, right? For motivated buyers, first-time buyers, don't want to rent anymore, and motivated sellers. So we're working it. The middle is holding. So what has that done? Again, for a perfect house that's ready to go, and there's not enough of them in the marketplace, it's just this whole section is gone. There's not enough homes on the market. It's gone up. It's now post-COVID. Still not as good as pre-COVID. We're just post-COVID now. So what happens is the prices of homes are still going up, basic supply and demand. And because new home construction is in the tanks, there's just not enough supply in the marketplace. Right? The moms and the dads, the folks with families that were thinking about moving, who got a 3.5% or 4% mortgage in the COVID on the refi, they're not selling it. We're good. Why would I give up my house and they're not even the house. They're like, why would I give up a 4% cost of money to get something at an 8% cost of money? Right? I mean, we do a lot of crazy things with debt and, emotional buys and all that stuff, but that homeowner understands the mortgage cost. So why would they do it? Well, they're not doing it, right? The Fed is probably going to do another raise in the next week or so, and mortgage rates are going to stay. Right now, I think they're at 6.7%. Right, that's for an FHA mortgage. So it's still high. Excuse me, that's a conventional, and the FHA was just over 6. So it's still high, right? But hey, man, I got 3.25, right? I'm super happy about that. So I'm not looking to refi anything, even though my house is a house that would sell in a heartbeat. So that market has gone. We're just working on the edges now, which means housing prices are still up if they're in good shape. Now, the hunk of jugs we buy, the sub $180,000 cost house out here, we're negotiating hard on. Hey, house is listed for $150,000. We negotiate hard. We get it for $118,000. Needs $60,000 worth of work. We're all in at $180,000. Carry costs and whatnot, we're at $195,000, and it's going to be worth $240,000. That's pretty much a deal we just did. So there's enough to do a rate and term refi, not worry about any cash out. We're going to need to bring some money because we've got to carry it, insurance and taxes, but not a lot. And we're sitting there with that house, and we're like, why didn't someone else buy this house? How could this possibly be sitting here? And, of course, the answer is, well, what the media is telling everyone is to be afraid. The world is going to end. This is every election. every election, the politicians will tell you this is the worst time in human history. It has never been a more horrible time. And that just sort of bleeds down into that daily conversation amongst folks that are thinking about expanding our portfolio or starting a rental portfolio. This is clearly the worst time. It's always the worst time. That's what you are fed. For us, we're like, man, we're getting 15% cash on this deal, and we're lining up 18% equity from the start. We'll take it. So, I know people are nervous. I know that's what the media is telling you to do. I know it's telling you to be nervous, be afraid. We're going into a political season, so everything's going to be hard. I mean, I had a guy at one of my events come up to me telling me he was legitimately concerned that the North Koreans were now going to fire a missile at Houston. I'm like, is it possible? Sure. Is it probable? No. But that was some of the craziest stuff I heard. I'm like, and it was real, and I'm sure he got it from a news source somewhere. So he was going to hold off in the marketplace until the North Korean targeting system was no longer pointed at Katie. Like, just the stuff out there that people just feed into themselves is ridiculous. We put the numbers up on the board every morning. We say 18% cash on cash, 22% equity. Is that thing under contract yet? No. Get it. Let's go. Get it. Here's the deal, guys. There is great opportunity in the marketplace, right? Not because the prices went down, because the buyers left. The buyers left. We are buying stuff right off the MLS, and holy cow, we have gotten so many off-market deals sent to us because the buyers are out of the marketplace. So there is an opportunity here. And if you got just a little stomach for this, right, to be able to tune out all that fuzz out there that's telling you the world's going to end and just take a real hard logical look at the numbers and say, cash on cash and equity and depreciation, I'm going to do it. Regardless of it at being at an 8% loan or not. I'm going to do it. Right? Because all we're talking about is a PITI, right? Your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and management fee. And what is your DSCR? All our properties that we're going through right now are going through what's known as a debt service ratio, right? So what is the ratio of income to debt? And as long as it's 1.25, the rent's $1,250, the PITIM is 1,000. That's a 1.25 ratio. As long as that is there, I will give you an 8% loan all day long. So if it's at a 1.25, it's going to cash flow. The loans that we're getting they have to cash flow. Because we're not interested in bringing a lot of extra money to the table. They cash flow. And so if they cash flow, why aren't you buying the properties? Well, listen, we want you to come on out. We're going to start the Portfolio Builders Club. This is going to be huge. We're going to come back from the break, spend the last half of the show talking about the Portfolio Builders Club. Hang tight, guys. We'll be back. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Robert here with the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. All right, so we're finding deals on the MLS. We're getting all these off-market deals because people know that we're a buyer. And before I move on, if you're listening to this and you're trying to sell a home in Texas and you can't find a buyer, let me know. If you think it'll be a good rental or a good Airbnb, I'm interested. If it's a small apartment, I'm interested. We can perform. So, if you can perform as well, meaning, hey, I can qualify for the loan, I've got a good FICO, I've got cash to deploy, right? I got a little bit of experience, or I'm working like with us in a mastermind, then you've got to come on. And we really got a new level for people who just, hey, Rob, I have 15 doors. I don't need all the rah-rah stuff. You know, I like the mastermind, but, I'm really not into that. Got it. Well, how about the deals that we're finding? Yeah, I like access to those deals. You can just send them to me? No. We know how that works. We know every other wholesaler out there in the world has got a list with hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people on it, and the numbers are never real, and it's a bunch of junk. Or, the property management guy is going to sell you some property. The numbers are insanely high. They don't work. Hard to get loans on. Nope. I don't need your email address. What I need you to do is be a part of a group called the Portfolio Builders Club. It's real simple. We have more deals than we can handle. That's it. More deals that we can buy and more deals that the mastermind can buy. So we have an excess of deals. And then we were handing them off like one at a time. Like a good friend of ours was like, hey, you got anything? Is like, I do have something for you if you like Lamarck. I like Lamarck. Okay, take this deal. There's equity, there's cash. It's a good deal. And we were giving them away, right? And we were putting a little assignment fee on there, but we're finding deals. But man, the buyers have left the market, right? And so we have a lot of opportunity now that we're looking at, and we're like, okay, we don't need a list of 1,000. I don't even need 100. We need 25 people that are really doing it, right? Or ready to go, that take this serious and understand that there is an opportunity in this market. When there is chaos, there's always opportunity. When there is fear, there is always opportunity. And we've got both. So we put together the Portfolio Builders Club. We meet once a month. We hang out, have some beers, have some wine, got some food. We review some deals. There'll be some deal sheets there. We'll walk them. You'll get access to the folks that are actually looking at these deals, so you'll have an understanding of it. And they work. They're good numbers. They're good numbers. We know that wholesalers are sending you deals 82, 84, 86% ARV. Like, we know it because we talk to them. We know for certain they're sending you that junk, right? Or they're sending you all these apartments that no one can get financing for, right? And they're sending you apartments at 6 cap, which wouldn't even pay for the debt service. You go negative on it. So we negotiate on small apartments. We're finding the right cap rates. We find single families, duplexes, quads. We find them. We negotiate hard, and we want to make sure that our name stays in good standing with the real estate marketplace, meaning they know that we can close. And now we're at the point where people are sending us off-market deals, right? Hey man, can you just take this deal? Oh man, I'm really busy and I'm not really building out the portfolio, and I can ask around, and it's like they're just giving us deals. And I'll just tell you this. We have multiple hard money lenders that give us their deals that bust out. And I'm not going to tell you who, because, hard money lenders never lose money. We never have a deal bust out, right? Except when they give them to us. So we have deals come to us from hard money lenders, from private lenders, right? Hey, you want to buy this deal? This guy's not performing. I'm like, well, I'd have to buy it at this. I have to buy it at 80. Well, I'm 100 into it. Well, it's not my problem. The numbers work at 80. There's a reason why they're not finishing that job, or it's not selling, right? It's overvalued. So we've got to come back to the marketplace that we're in. So we get that twice a week from established lenders and from private lenders. Rob, this deal's busting out. We had a private lender send us 10 properties. 10. Hey, I'm foreclosing on all of these. Which ones you want? I like this one and this one. Thank you very much. We're happy to share that with you, right? And I know if you got a little traction in the world, you're like, well, I could probably find those deals. Maybe. But I know you don't have a radio show. I know you don't send out 1 billion emails every month. I know you don't host 12 events in your commercial building, right? We have an advantage. We have deal flow that comes in. So we want to share that with you. So here's how we're going to do it, okay? So these are good deals. Sometimes there'll be an assignment fee. Sometimes there won't. It's fine. We'll give you a rough construction estimate based off of our construction company. You can use your own. We're totally okay with that. We'll have lenders in the room. They'll be ready to help you out, or you can use your own lender. We're fine with that. We want to just provide you deals, right? This is not education. We're not sitting there. We're not going to be talking about best practices. It's like, here's a deal. 18% cash on cash, 12% equity. Who wants it? I want it. Here's a fourplex. Gross rent, $6,000. Under contract for $385,000. Who wants that one? I want that one, Rob. Great. All newly renovated in the last 5 years, right? These are the type of deals we're coming across. We got a flip that we just came across. $92,000, about $130,000 in rehab. ARV 350. So these are good deals, and we don't want to see them lost, right? We'd rather work with folks. But we do want to get paid, and we have to get paid for our time and our effort, right? This radio show cost me money. There's a producer over there. There's a tons of equipment. We're renting the space, right? This costs me money. But we know the radio show is going to inherently just send us some opportunities. So if you want to get a part of our opportunities, here's what you're going to do. It's PBC, Portfolio Builders Club. PBC. P as in Paul, B as in Bobby, C as in Charlie. PBC. You're going to text that to 281-401-9008. 281-401-9008. PBC. When you do that, I'll send you a link to go ahead and take a look at it. There's a free event coming up. You can come. There is a price. There's either a monthly fee or a yearly fee. You could pick it, but it is going to be less than anyone's wholesale fee, that's for sure, right? So you want to come in and get it if you're serious about it. If you're buying 3 or more deals a year, then the PBC is going to make sense for you. PBC. Text it to 281-401-9008. 281-401-9008. Text the letters PBC. So really interested to see who does that. Let's get going. 25 people. That's it. So it doesn't go out to a list of 1,000 people. It doesn't go out to an insider list of 500 people. It goes out to 25 people. And we'll take orders too. You can just come to us and say, hey, I'm really looking for this in this area. Okay, we'll get to work. PBC. Text that to 281-401-9008. We have a lot of stuff going on this month. We definitely want you to come check it out. Again, the free preview is at the end of May, so you definitely want to come and check that out. Text PBC to 281-401-9008. We have a lot of big announcements in May. We're looking forward to coming to see our friends again out on the West Coast. But right now, if you're looking to get some deals here in Houston, PBC, text it to 281-401-9008. Thanks. Now, put in a segment on one of the case study guys.